Man, I had to get the vibes right in here. Look, quit your job. If that job is taxing you of your peace of mind, man, and it makes enough sense that you can shift into something else, quit that job, man. Listen, work environments can be so toxic and could cause so much pressure and stress to trickle down into your personal life, man. And it be subtle. You know what I'm saying? It be where the money at. It be where they're trying to make it seem like it's a good place to be. Right? But in reality, man, that's actually not the place that you should be, and you can feel it. You can feel it. You feel me? Listen, if this job that you're at and the people in it, because usually it don't even be the job, right? It don't be the job, it be the people. It's the people. It's your manager. It's your manager right hand, right? It's the people that's power tripping because they're knowledgeable about certain specific things, right? But they got bad habits. They don't understand peace of mind. They don't understand positivity. Only thing they know how to do is drill a hole or call a shot, right? They don't understand the longevity. If you don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't like hearing so much, provocative language and profanity. You don't like to hear someone talk down on someone else or power trip and love to be a kiss ass or love to get their ass kissed. Listen, you're gonna feel out of place, right? If you work with someone and they're out of shape, but you go on runs every day, and from where they are programmed, you going on runs doesn't really register with them. They don't respect it. Why is that? Because you're on different frequencies. You're on different levels. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to be in situations like that. It's hard to be at jobs like that and actually be able to function with the peace of mind. Another thing that's hard to be able to function around is a micromanager. Someone who likes to micromanage your every fucking move. You can't just go grab a quick snack. None of that. You have to always be working. You have to always be working. You can't sit around, not even a little bit, right? You're constantly being managed. You're constantly being watched. Man, that shit get draining, dog. So if you're in a position like that, I feel you. I feel you. And my advice to you, look at everything. Use your own mind. But quit that job, dog. Put your 2 weeks notice in. Quit your job. Quit the job however you want to do it, man. You see what I'm saying? Why am I telling you this? Because your peace of mind is way more valuable. And you know what they're quick to tell you? Well, that's everywhere. That's at every job. Bullshit. Bullshit. You could find something to do that will correlate with your peace of mind. I truly believe in that. It's all about what you believe. You see what I'm saying? If somebody say, yeah, that's at every job. Oh, so you telling me every job that you go to is gonna be a bullshitter there that's constantly pressing their fingers down on you, right? Bad habits is not the. I'm telling you, you can find something where it correlates with your values, because it'll be people there that think like you. Look, they want peace of mind too. You see what I'm saying? But it's some people, peace of mind doesn't register with them. I'm gonna say that one more time. I'm sipping this. Well, I ain't sipping. I'm drinking this motherfucking Pellegrino sparkling water. Look, some people, peace of mind does not register with them. Why? Because they operate from a chaotic state of mind. They would much rather deal in chaos than in peace. They would much rather have shit moving all over the place so that they can complain about it than to have things working in the proper fashion. You see what I'm saying? They would much rather stand and side talk about you to somebody else rather than come up to you and have a conversation with you like an adult. They would much rather say a slick comment to you so that they could go back and tell somebody else, yeah, I said this. Right? I said this. It's that work-life 9-to-5 programming. They don't understand peace of mind and what it's about. You see what I'm saying? Just because you know how to drill a screw or build some shit does not mean that you're a functioning adult, that you have the programming that solidifies peace of mind. Two different things. Right? When you have that core value, like I personally do, of, hey, look, man, my peace of mind is way more important. It puts shit at stake. You know what I'm saying? It puts your job on the line, because for my peace of mind, I'll walk the fuck out of here. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's me though. That's how I be saying shit, like, based off my peace of mind and how I operate and the respect that I require, right? It's not about being nice. It's about respect. And it's an art to it. Right? It's an art to make someone feel the desire to do the work that you desire them to do or that you need them to do. No one needs to feel like they're being poked in the back to go do something. Right? No one needs to feel like you're always having some shit to say about them when they're not around, but expect them to do the work that you want them to do. You see what I'm saying? And here's another layer, a whole different another layer. And some may register with this, some of you may not. But when you think on the level of like real deal success, like having your own business, owning your own business, not having someone calling fucking orders to you. When you think on that level, they definitely can't fathom that. When you're actually making the moves, reading the books, putting in the work, exercising in this environment, it does not align. It does not correlate. It's hard to function and thrive in an environment like that. Even though this environment, it may have people in other departments that operate like that, on that frequency. They exercise, they believe in eating healthy. They're not, their language is not colorful all the fucking time, right? It's okay to use, you know what I mean? I'm not judging people tone, but when it's all the time and it's coming from a standpoint of judging people all the time and criticizing people all the time, that shit's toxic, man. And that'll break your mind down. Over time, man, you could be as peaceful as you want to be. You can have the best mindset and the best attitude in the world. When you around shit like that all the time, it'll start breaking your mind down to the point where you want to get away because you want to keep your level of peace. You want to keep your foundation that you've built and worked so hard on. You know what I'm saying? People compliment you all the time on your attitude. Your attitude. Well, let me tell you something. This shit don't come a dime a dozen. And it took work to get to this point. I had to work my ass off to get to this point. And I'd be damned if I get around somebody who has addictions that I've shed, right? Who has a mentality that I've shed that I choose not to engage in. I'm not judging anybody, right? I'm not judging anybody. But when I'm in that environment and they start to aim towards you with the energy, though, see, that's when it becomes a fucking problem, right? It's a very difficult thing to stick in something that breaks down your peace of mind, that causes static and disconnection with a core value that you find very important. Respect and peace of mind, very important. You know, you can't really function and thrive without those things. And if it's in a work environment that you go to every day, you start to see patterns. You start to see shit coming before it even happens. And that's when it really gets to you, because you can read it. You start to see shit coming. You start to feel energy. Right? You start to know people's intentions before they even make a move, before they even do it. You 2-3 steps ahead of them. You finally realize on a deep level that, look, this is some toxic, negative shit. This is something that I do not want to be around on a day-to-day basis. I don't give a damn how much money they pay. My peace of mind is more important, because I have to deal with me every day. And when these weirdos put me in a static state of mind, right? When I'm in disarray mentally and I have to reorganize, I have to go home and put in the work to put me back on track. They don't even know what they don't know, because their mind can't fathom where I'm at mentally with this information. they don't know what they don't know, right? So once again, man, quit your job, dog. Leave them motherfuckers, man. Put in your 2 weeks notice. Listen, look around, make sure it makes sense. But how I see it, man, your peace of mind is way more important. You could find more insurance. You know, it be shit that be keeping people at jobs. You know what I mean? And it's things that you have to consider. You have to take it into consideration and do your own due diligence and realize that when you make the move, okay, boom, I could go get more of that just like this. I could get more of that just like this, right? This will make sense. My invoices and my bills will be paid up until I make this proper adjustment, till I shift over here, right? Don't stay in a position where you're dealing with negativity. Because if your core value, which should be your core value, if your core value is to keep a peace of mind, to operate with peace in your life, it could be as much money as you imagine. I'd rather take a pay cut. You could be giving me all kind of motherfucking certifications. I'd rather not have them. I'd rather keep my peace of mind. Right? It's a way to go about doing things, and you have to do your own thinking. Right? But when you're dealing with someone who's power tripping, and they're in that environment over and over every day, listen, you have to think about it. That's pure programming. You have to see them 5 days a week. Week after week after week after week. For months and years. If that's someone that's on a negative, toxic tip, think about it. Think about how much work you have to put in to combat this shit that you experiencing at the job. Especially, okay, you already were the one that, you soaked up knowledge, you meditated, you exercised, you ate well, right? When you go into this job surrounded by people of the opposite, you have to put in twice the amount of work to stay at a sustained level so that you can function at the level that you like to function at, right? And negativity is way more potent than positivity. And it's very hard, especially if you, like me, motherfucking old version of me, ready to go off any minute, any second. I don't give a damn who it is, where we at, what it's about. See what I'm saying? But I'm trying to function and operate from this more peaceful, matured level of myself that I've worked on and built. But I also in this workplace, I have this fucking vulture, right? That is always poking the bear. trying to wake up the version of me that I've submerged. Right? Don't even know what he's doing though. Don't understand that. And in my mind, I understand it all. And they can say, ignore it, overlook it, man. Look, you can only do that shit so long, man. Especially when you got certain core values and morals and codes and you stand on what you stand on, you can only do that shit so long, man. Nothing matters no more. When you really care about your peace of mind, man, you don't give a fuck about ignoring nothing. You know what I'm saying? You gonna stand, you keep poking the bear, then next thing you know, you got this vicious creature standing in front of you. Right? And you didn't even realize what you were doing. You didn't even realize who you were awakening. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that could lead to altercations and domestic violence charges and shit like that at jobs. You don't want to get yourself tied into things like that. Protect your peace of mind as if it was a pot of gold. Right? Like I always say, as if it was the diamonds that they shoot each other over in the movies. Your peace of mind is precious and it's important. Don't allow nobody to come along and break that and take that away from you. You know what I'm saying? You special, you matter. And how you earn an income matters. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. Alright, cool. They say do what you can and try to make a strategic move. Try your best to do that. Of course, that's the goal. Try to hold the line and try to make a strategic move. Right? But it helps when you become aware early that, oh yeah, this shit ain't gonna work. I know where this is going. I know that type of character. I know how they operate. I've saw this before. I know their intention. I know their goal. Right? I know their mindset. I understand where they're at. And they're so oblivious to knowledge. They're so oblivious, right, and insusceptible to peace of mind, to someone saying some positive shit because they just want to be the news reporter. They want to be the news reporter. You think a news reporter cares about peace of mind and positivity? No, they operate in pure chaos. When you're surrounded by chaos, right, and people who desire chaos, there's heavy shit to swim through. So look, once again, protect your peace of mind, dog. That's all I'm saying. Don't be in no situation like that to where, you have to deal with certain shit. We shouldn't have to deal with anything. You feel me? Not over on a continuous basis. One time, maybe. As if you're running your own business and then you have to deal with the client. Right? To sell them on something or something like that. But to go to a fucking 9-to-5 job where, you know what I'm saying, there's people there that think they run the fucking world. Come on, man. And you're their puppet. In their mind, they're the puppeteer, you're their puppet. And you don't like that, right? Man, I'm telling you, that's some heavy shit to deal with. That's some heavy shit to deal with, bro. When you really like that too, oh my God, that monster inside is like, dude, come on, man. Just go ahead and let this motherfucker have it just one time. right? But I don't believe in that, because when you do that, right? When you just let it all out in a vicious, uncontrolled way, in my opinion, you draw a line, but you kind of show your cards, and it makes, you don't have any cards facing you anymore. They saw all your cards. That's how I see it. I could be wrong, but shit, the new me is like on some just play it proper type shit. You know what I'm saying? Just try to get out of the situation as quick as possible, and make the moves that you need to make to put yourself in a position to where you can leave on a good note, you know what I'm saying? And let them have that shit, and kind of like while you in there, you have to just swim through the muddy water and stay smooth. You feel me? Like, try your best to stay smooth and let, it's little ways to drop tidbits and let it be known. That could be facial expressions, gestures. That could be you not laughing at something that was slickly said. That could be you just letting out a little piece of, in a very cordial way, letting out a little piece of where your mind is. And dropping something heavy on it, on right there. Like that could be something that you do. You see what I'm saying? But it comes to that point in time where you go home and you sit down and you say, damn, man, look, how can I get out of this situation? And how long will it take? How long will it take? And how the hell can I get out of this situation? And once again, when you dealing with people who don't understand 10,000 a week, earning 10,000 a week, hell, probably don't understand earning 10,000 a month. All they know is their little fixed income and retirement and house payments. And you see what I'm saying? But your mind is way bigger, way deeper. Way deeper. Like if you really started to talking about some of the shit that you believe in, they wouldn't even know what you're talking about. They couldn't even grasp it mentally. So what's that doing to your growth if you're in an environment like that? It puts your growth at stagnation. Something to think about, man. It's around Packboy Dolo. Checking out, man. Hit me with a like. Do some processing, man. Really sit down and if you relate to this video, man, really sit down and think about what I just said. Think about where you're at mentally, and what matters to you. Like, is your peace of mind important to you, or are you able to like overlook shit and just be there and deal with it? You know what I'm saying? Or are you the type where, you're able to make a strategic move and you about action? I advise you not be reckless. Don't just quit and leave and not think things through properly. You can, if that's what you want to. I know people cut like that and it works out for them, but I don't advise it. Right? I don't advise it. It's around Packboy Dolo. Check it out. Peace.